Yeah, absolutely. So these corals came off of a fish pen that was brought in by Blue Ocean Mariculture after it was decommissioned. And so we removed the corals off of that fish pen. And these are just a few of them that we brought into the nursery. Many of them were outplanted back in the area where the fish pens reside. But these are some of the ones that we brought back to just kind of see how they would do recovering here. And they're doing really, really well. Super exciting. It's oh my gosh, like getting to put these down, like these corals especially because they have so much structure. So many fish immediately come and they're like so excited. Like when we were monitoring them yesterday, there's just fish sitting in the corals already, like making it their home, and it's really exciting to see like that part of their home just come back a little bit, especially because like Opera, we lost so much of it in these previous bleachings.
So our facility is the outcome of years of research focused on the reef system of West Hawaii Island. It's a large reef system about 200 kilometers in length, and the nursery was built to support both research and conservation management of the West Hawaii coastline. It's a very large nursery because our reef in West Hawaii is very large, so it's scaled to support projects and interventions for West Hawaii's reefs. So when we built the system, we knew we had to go big to support the west coast of Hawaii Island. Within that idea, we said, well, how can we connect it to communities and to the people of the place? So we built our coral nursery with 72 of these large tanks. We call them raceways. And the reason for 72 is that we recognize 72 culturally important watersheds along the West Hawaii coastline called ʻākoʻakoʻa. It allows us to monitor, for example, in very minute detail, the quality and the temperature of the seawater, different types of seawater we're bringing into the nursery, and then the outputs as we mix, clean, and prepare the seawater for the actual coral tanks. All of that is managed through software that we built with our engineering team, and it manages all of this hardware and the entire facility. Today is, December 2024, this month. 26 is about the right temperature to simulate what's actually happening on the reef of West Hawaii. And this is simulating the reef depth from about 15 to 45 feet, where the bulk of our corals live in West Hawaii. So everything is designed to connect back to the reef. It's super important that we're not creating sort of this other ecosystem on land. We're creating an ecosystem here to rehabilitate corals, to connect back to the reef from which those corals came to us.
I feel like it's going really well. We have roughly 20 tanks running with corals between the ASU Future Reef Banks and the Division of Aquatic Resources Coral Restoration Program. We're working together with ASU scientists to figure out what methods are working best for fragments versus full-size colonies, what kind of feeding regimens we should be doing, how to deal with certain pests and algae, and we're still learning from one another and still figuring this out along the way. I feel incredibly proud to be part of this organization and a part of coral restoration practitioners here in Hawaii. It's an incredible time to get to work with these restoration scientists and feel the passion that goes into each project that they're doing and how they want to better their reefs and better their environments that they're working in.
it would stress out the corals more that they were sitting in that. But this is the first day I think that we don't have.
Gardens.
This is all from 3 colonies?
Six. Sorry, 6 colonies. So we're gonna see if they're clonal or not. So if they fuse, then they're clonal or siblings, and if they fight, then there's a chance that they're not. And so if we see any fighting, then we're gonna do another, more robust test. Seen a bunch of different tables of them out there, and we want to know, did it come from one recruit that then fragmented over 50 years and produced all these tables, or did a couple recruits come in, did they then fragment and grow out? Is it a reproducing population or not? That's the real question.
And this species is?
It's a Cropra species. We don't know the exact species identification.
It's the conundrum species in West Hawaii.
So
discovered by Bill Walsh's folks and sort of carried along the story, and we're not sure really what the story is for this species.
Yeah, it was initially identified as a Cropra gemifera, but the genetics that they've recently done, they're now questioning that, so they're not sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, they look a lot better in here than they do in the field.
Yeah. Well, I took pieces of ones that were pretty.
They seem to be sort of living a tough life where they're found out in the field.
This is like going to the spa.
Yeah.
Looking at what people were doing, looking at and asking what were the things they wished they had done, doing our homework. We also had to not only build in a lot of steel that serves all of West Hawaii Island. So this is a highly automated system built by our engineers, managed and run by our staff. It allows us to monitor, for example, in very minute detail, quality and the temperature of the seawater, different types of seawater we're bringing into the nursery, and then the outputs as we mix, clean, and prepare the seawater for the actual coral tanks. All of that is managed through software that we built with our engineering team. And
that you output in the race race, it varies seasonally.
it's informing what temperature to set for December. Today is December 2024, this month. 26 is about the right temperature to simulate what's actually happening on the reef of West Hawaii. And this is simulating the reef depth from about 15 to 45 feet, where the bulk of our corals live in West Hawaii. So everything is designed to connect back to the reef. It's super important that we're not creating sort of this other ecosystem on land. We're creating an ecosystem here to rehabilitate corals to connect back to the reef from which those corals came to us. So all of that is controlled here. Cool, very good.